What is up, everyone? Welcome back to 20,000 Films Under the Sea. I'm your host, DJ, and tonight we have a special treat for you because we will be doing our spoiler-free review of Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. That's right, Tom Cruise's hopefully, last foray into the Mission Impossible universe, and it is going to be a big one. So, straddle yourselves in, get some popcorn, and this message will self-destruct in 5 seconds. What is up? Welcome, Fish family, to 20,000 Films. I'm your host, DJ Sipman, and I'm joined by my wonderful friend and awesome, co-director. It is Ernell Pearson.
That is me, good sir. It is officially Friday, aka officially Memorial Day weekend. Kicking off on this nice Friday evening. You are welcome for my service. I don't know what I've done to earn that service, but you know what? I'll tell you. Let me think. I got nothing that I've done that can be constituted a service. Yeah, man, it was Friday. It was a good day. I'm excited for it to be the weekend. I'm excited for us to get back into D&D tomorrow. I'm really excited for that.
Yes, sir.
It's gonna be a good time. I get a little bit heartbroken when we don't do D&D during the weeks that some of us have shit going on or something like that. I like our table. I like our story. I like what we're doing with it. So, yeah, man, I'm excited for this weekend. What about you? How was your Friday?
Friday's been all right, man. Just been chilling. I had like those weird ass dreams where like you're in a dream, you know what I mean, and you wake up within the dream.
Dreamception.
So, yeah.
Wait, no, I think
had
that's
one of those.
yeah. Inception is 3. It's 3 layers, right? It's like a dream within a dream within a dream. So I don't know what name they had for like 2. What the second level would be. So I just call it Inception. Oh, ooh, yeah, good point.
Yeah,
that's a good point, my friend.
Then it's Inception, and then maybe it's like Indeception.
Indigestion.
Yeah, indigestion, probably.
yeah, that's exactly it. Dude, okay, so you had this dream within a dream. Was it like a bad dream or was it like
It was a pretty bad dream, actually. I'm gonna be real. Like that shit was not cool. I was like, someone stopped talking to me because someone else framed me in a video about me being like misogynistic towards like women.
Oh, they AI'd you into a video or something?
Or no, it was just like they just like fucking edited it to frame
bad
it.
Edit, bad edit. Gotcha. Okay.
Bad edit, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So or like they hacked into my account and posted on my account, something like detestable. You know what I'm saying? So I was like pissed. I didn't know what to do. And then like I kind of like woke up into it. Like I woke up into finding out that like someone posted on my account on my behalf.
And you're like, what the and then you like woke up. Yeah. You're like, gotta have it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Was it
like
a
little bit first?
Was it like a good edit, like a smooth edit, or was it like what people do for like those Joe Rogan videos? Are they like
It was like no, it was like, someone I guess maybe it's a video I filmed on my phone.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Like someone I knew and everyone else knew.
Okay.
Right? But then like it got captioned something like really fucking weird. Like can't wait to get in between those honkers, you know what I'm saying? Like some shit like that.
Whoa,
yeah, dude. I was
like,
yeah.
Dude.
And then like the main thing was someone that I follow like commented, it's like you're a sick fucking bastard. And I was like, holy shit. Like, I was like, oh shit, my career's over. I'm canceled.
Dude,
I'm
no.
canceled.
Like, oh
Yeah.
no, dude.
Yeah, no, that is the worst, dude. That was the worst. And I was like, bro, but when I woke up though, I was like, oh, thank God. Thank God. That felt so real. That felt because it was like an Instagram, video, and then you see like the comment. It's like you're fucking sick pervert, like fucking,
Oh
and
yeah,
someone is really,
that's the
yeah,
fucking worst, dude. That's the worst, man.
yeah. Nah, I was like, holy shit, that was a nightmare and a half. But hopefully you guys don't have nightmares because this is 20,000 Films Under the Sea, your choice for all the nerdy pop media news, reviews, and discussions you want each and every week. If you want to keep the lights on and cameras rolling, you can head on over to patreon.com/goodkrakenpods, where you can submit questions and topics to the show, get exclusive content, and have early access to episodes before they go live on podcast and video services, wherever you like to watch and listen. But if you emptied your pockets for the latest and greatest in entertainment, that's cool with us. You can join the GK community on our Discord channel by clicking the link down in our description section below, hitting follow, and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Then subscribing to our podcast channel by searching 20,000 Films Under the Sea and leaving a review there.
Review.
Ernell.
Yes, DJ.
We have some director's commentary. Check out our other episodes from this week. We had the Shipwreck Show. We had Death Rate, that other podcast, Death Ratio. I wonder what they talk about over there besides us. They always like to talk about us.
It's like we're living in their heads rent free at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like we're just over there, just
like
not even in that space, and we're still taking up that space. You know what I'm saying? That's how powerful we are, DJ.
Yeah. We had a pretty politically charged episode in the Shipwreck Show this week.
We did. It was nice. Nice to get that weight off.
Want to talk about that? And then the Death Ratio podcast or whatever talked about Bungie and if it's really truly over for them. And right now the episode you're listening to, we're talking about real things, real concrete things like Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning.
That's right. That's right, baby.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Also, reminder, Summer Games Fest. Mark your calendars. 2 weeks away.
That's right,
weeks
baby.
Away.
Friday, June 6th at 2 p.m. Pacific time. I am officially pissing myself on stream. It's going to be great.
Yep, we are going to be there. We're going to watch all the games, all the summer, and all the fests.
That's right.
That's right.
So that's exactly what we're doing. See, DJ, maybe that's the key to your the theoretical problem of your dream within a dream, right? Is that if you just say the shit and make it your brand, like I do, like maybe you won't get canceled at all. I'm uncancelable, dog. I don't
think that's true.
I don't think that's true.
I don't think it's true at all. I think it's very. I think all of us are very cancelable.
Yeah, we are. I think
we are not infallible. We are very cancelable. Very, very much so. The only one that I could see that probably wouldn't be cancelable at all. It's like Garrick and Jenesy. I think like they're tied neck and neck in my brain.
Yeah, well, I mean, like they're definitely cancelable. It takes one
they're
word.
They're cancelable, but like out of all of us, I feel like they're the least. Like Garrick could be canceled on his gaming takes, but like Garrick has good gaming takes. Like,
he does.
Most of the time.
He does. Yeah, he definitely does. But all either of them have to do is just say the N word. They're done for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, for sure.
They're done for. Like it's
but
over.
Like I could never imagine. I genuinely could never imagine either of them saying it.
Never, ever. Yeah. Not that any of the rest of us would, but like.
Yeah, we wouldn't. But like if you looked at us, you'd be like, more of a chance to say it. There's like a meter, like you and I don't know. We have a higher chance, But
maybe it's arguable. It's arguable.
I've said it before. I mean, like, I've grown as a person. I've said it.
Yeah,
I'll admit that.
Right.
I've said it before. Like for songs, I never said the hard R.
Oh yeah,
Never seen it.
no. But when rapping and shit when you were like a teenager,
Yeah.
no,
what I'm
I
saying?
get it. It happens. Like,
It
back
happens.
then, when we're
Yeah.
not thinking about it. So,
Just
but
don't say the N word.
don't say
But
the N word.
we're
Yeah,
back to
don't do that.
D&D this scheduled week. So expect the episode coming in Monday. And if you are uh, one of our Patreon people, coveted Patreoners, you might get that early. So
Mm, mm.
be on the lookout. Ernell, what do we have next going on for the people?
My good sir, DJ. I don't have one today. Next we're getting into the monologue.
It's the monologue. Oh yeah.
That's the sound that I keep traveling.
Oh hell yeah! This segment is we just talked to you guys about what's releasing from today, which is May 23rd, all the way till next episode, which is next Friday, which is May 30th. So today on Friday, we have Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning in theaters. Also, Lilo and Stitch, which I heard was not good.
I'm hearing a lot of things, brother. I'm seeing
hearing
on
not-
Tuesday.
I'm hearing a lot not good.
I'm seeing on Tuesday. You guys will get my thoughts in the form of social media content.
I might see it
here
soon too, as
so,
well. Just because I'm curious, dude.
Yeah.
I'm just very curious.
I'm hearing some interesting things, but we'll see if they've done my people right in some kind of way.
Yep. We also have Fountain of Youth coming to Apple TV Plus.
Yeah, that's a new, really cool looking anime movie. That's about God, it's like an astronaut guy and like an artist girl. They both end up like crossing paths and like falling in love with each other because they're both like supposedly involved with like space stuff. I don't know like much more than that because I haven't like watched it yet, but it looks interesting. It looks like the really similar art style to Your Name, which is a very good movie.
Yeah. Gotcha. Fear Street Prom Queen coming to Netflix.
I don't know if you probably didn't watch Fear Street movies on Netflix,
I never.
They're really cool. They the first three of them were based on like different like years and like different centuries, and they found a way to create like a overarching horror story, like slasher horror story across all three of those movies, and now they're adding a fourth. So that's pretty interesting. That's good if you're into horror stuff. I know you're not, but
yeah, I'm not into the horror. Not into the horror.
The horror.
But yeah. We also for Saturday, May 24th, you got Earnhardt coming into Amazon.
Dale
Earnhardt.
That's
shout out NASCAR.
That's the Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Senior documentary, apparently.
Hell yeah.
Dale.
Hell yeah. Dale. Wednesday, May 28th, we got Captain America Brave New World coming on to Disney Plus. So if you guys didn't have a chance to get on, go to the theaters to see it, and you want to go see it, is now on Disney Plus. So have at it. Still decent, good movie. Still a good movie.
That's right.
Now, Friday, May 30th. That's the big one. The big one. Karate Kids Legends comes to theaters Friday, May 30th, capping off AAPI month. They also have a Tekken 8 collab slated to come with it.
I've heard, yeah.
So I wonder, it comes in like you get a hoodie and stuff in the game. So I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, I think we're going to be reviewing that.
Yes, we will be. We will be, yes.
Okay.
I am also, I'm realizing because I'm looking at this list here that I think I actually confused Fountain of Youth with the last movie that's on this list. So I want to make sure that I am coming in correct here. Apple TV. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Lost in Starlight, which is coming out on Netflix next Friday. That is the anime one with the couple that falls in love about space shit. Fountain of Youth is like John Krasinski's like National Treasure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think I saw some media stuff with him, so I was like, okay, that's cool. That'll
be a good one. I'm excited for that one.
Yeah. So also on Friday, May 30th, we have Bring Her Back coming to theaters. I don't know
I'm
what that's
so
about.
fucking excited for this movie, dude. So it's the same Island Brothers that wrote and directed Talk to Me the other year. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. So they're doing another horror movie.
A24?
A24. Yep, they're doing it with
Okay.
A24 again. And this movie looks fucking horrifying, and I'm so excited. I'm so fucking
Hell
excited,
yeah.
dude.
Hell yeah. We also have Dog Man coming to Peacock. I don't know what the fuck that is.
An animated movie. Dogman. The animated Dogman movie. Yeah.
Okay, sure. And Lost in Starlight in Netflix.
Yes,
Coming to
the
Netflix.
anime movie.
So
Yes.
that's the anime one. Animated
That's right.
astronaut
That's right.
music leader. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. We like that. We like that. And that concludes our monologue.
That's right, baby.
Um,
That's right.
and up next, we got the real meat and potatoes.
Mm.
It is the final cut.
Brother, the final cut. Brother,
The final cut is our headlining segment where we do, we cover priority topics, but mostly do reviews. And today is, or tonight we'll be reviewing spoiler-free review of
That's right.
Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Potentially, most likely, the last ever Tom Cruise-led Mission Impossible movie. I have to say that because they're bound to reboot that in like 10 years.
Yeah, right. Who fucking knows, man?
Yeah. So, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Ethan Hunt and the IMF team continue their search for the terrifying AI known as the Entity, which has infiltrated intelligence networks all over the globe, with the world's governments and a mysterious ghost from Ethan's past on their trail. Joined by new allies and armed with the means to shut the entity down for good, Hunt is in a race against time to prevent the world as we know it from changing forever.
That's right, baby.
Ooh. This movie was released May 23rd, 2025, today as of this recording. This is directed by Christopher McQuarrie, who has directed Jack Reacher, Edge of Tomorrow, Mission Impossible, Rogue Nation, and more, and Top Gun Maverick. All pretty good movies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All pretty good movies.
All pretty decent.
Mm-hmm. This is also written by Christopher McQuarrie and Eric Genderson.
Yeah. Okay. That sounds right.
Yeah. They've written Ithaca, Band of Brothers, and Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning, the Part 1.
That's right.
The music is by Max Arouge and Alfie Godfrey. And they made the music for Crawl, The Ice Road, and Black Widow.
That's right. Crawl's a good movie. I don't think I like go back and think about that movie's music as much, but Black Widow's music's okay.
Yeah. The budget for this film is $300 million to $400 million.
Yeah, that checks out.
Estimates.
That checks out.
It's a lot of money. But current box office as of this recording is around $13.9 million as of the first day.
Yeah. I mean, they did a ballsy move releasing this movie on the same weekend as Lilo and Stitch live action. Like, that was real crazy fucking move. Because I mean, like, I saw so many island folk at the theater last night, and every single one of them I just fucking knew were going to see Lilo and Stitch, while I was crawling my ass into Mission Impossible to see the last bow on the end of this present. You know what I'm
saying? My theater was not packed, but it was semi-filled. A lot of people came to the 2 p.m. screening today. So yeah, it was So it was pretty packed to where I am. But
we'll see.
The movie's runtime. Yeah, the movie runtime is 2 hours and 49 minutes. Pretty long film.
It is.
But we have some fun facts. Ernell, could you take the first fun fact?
I can, sir. Production on the 7th and 8th installments were planned to be filmed back to back. This changed after the 7th movie completed filming due to Tom Cruise having to leave to do promotion for the Top Gun sequel, Top Gun Maverick, in 2022. A very, very good movie.
It was a pretty good movie. In October 2023, in addition to announcing that the film will be delayed nearly a year, Paramount also announced that the film would drop the Dead Reckoning Part 2 subtitle, but it would still be a direct sequel. Yeah. So
It's
I
so
always,
weird, dude.
because it was like Dead Reckoning Part 1, which made the title just like super long, and I was like, Dead Reckoning Part 2. Ooh. But they then changed it to Final Reckoning, and I don't know how I feel about that.
And I mostly don't know how I feel about it because they still have Dead Reckoning labeled as Dead Reckoning
As
Part
Part 1?
1. Like, it's still, like, when you Google search the movie, it is still labeled as Part 1. I just don't understand why they didn't just, like, commit to that all the way. You know, it feels a little wishy-washy, but whatever. I guess we're just splitting hairs at that point. But want me to take the last one?
Yeah, sure.
Sure. This is the first Mission Impossible movie to be screened on Cannes Film Festival. This is the third time a Tom Cruise movie has been screened on Cannes, including Far and Away from 1992, and, of course, the seminal film Top Gun Maverick in 2022. A very good movie.
Hell yeah.
That's
Hell
right,
yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, without further ado, we just gotta get into it. And I mean, I kind of want to get mine out the way because genuinely, dude, I don't know how I feel about this movie.
Yeah. I mean, you know what we can do? I think we have space for both of us to kind of go and coincide
Like just
here.
back, like you know what I'm saying.
We can
Like,
we can
just-
pass the ball back and forth a little bit here because
like,
DJ,
just try to fit this in,
I-
wedge it.
yeah, I also don't know how I feel about this movie either.
So I'm not being like a negative Nancy.
No,
right here,
no,
because
because
I feel weird about this movie. I feel super weird, and it's not like
Yeah.
the movie's bad. I'm just
right.
I'm sitting there
right.
like I'm just sitting there like I don't know what I'm watching. I genuinely don't know what I'm watching.
Right.
Like if like it's something about this film. Either the pacing feels off, the way it's edited, or the way the story leans to certain things. Because I'm gonna be real, and I thought, and this is not a spoiler. I thought this is where they were going with this.
Mhm.
I thought the this entity. I thought they were gonna pull like some crazy shit like this motherfucker never left the pod. You know,
Right,
did you
right,
feel
right,
that?
right.
Yeah, I was like this feels like all these actions within the story feel too like there's so much MacGuffining happening going on.
Just a
and it
lot
feels too
of
convenient.
extremely convenient shit. And I get that like a majority of the Mission Impossible movies are kind of like that, but this lacks some kind of like heart that the prior Mission Impossible movies had up to I'd argue Dead Reckoning, because I wasn't crazy about Dead Reckoning either. I thought that movie was just fine, you know. And I
Yeah,
do.
it was. I think when we reviewed it, we said like, yeah, it's good. Like I mean,
Yeah.
but I think I felt more for that film than this film. If that
Yeah,
makes sense.
and
I
that's
felt more something there.
I think that's where I start to struggle with it because I can see, because for me, I like Mission Impossible for all the same reasons I like Fast and the Furious, right? It's bombacious, it's ridiculous,
Yeah.
it's over the top, none of it makes any fucking sense. Tom Cruise is running, boom, explosions, cool high tech shit, right? Like that's really like what we go to Mission Impossible for. And this movie, Dead Reckoning had hardly any of that. And this movie had a little bit more, but for every like super sick action set piece, there was something mega fucking corny around the corner. Like
Yeah.
on both sides of the corner, right? It's like they would have something super fucking weird and awkward and corny, something super fucking sick would happen, and then another corny thing would cap it off, right?
Yeah, dude. And I was gonna say like, you know, like the suspension of disbelief. I can't like that's usually what you see the movies for, right? They suspend that very well. You're like, oh shit, Ethan Hunt's he's got this. He's like he might die. You know what I'm saying? But I think this one, I think it genuinely, the movie being delayed from the part one, I think really hurt this movie because like I felt like if this was all one movie, I'd be okay. But
dude,
this, like,
oh my gosh. Do you
it's like,
do you remember where Dead Reckoning left off?
I don't. I genuinely do not.
I can't for the life of me.
That's what I'm saying.
And a part of me feels like I was gaslit by this movie because the more I try to remember Dead Reckoning, the more I'm kind of like, this entity thing had nothing to do with anything in Dead Reckoning. This entity thing didn't even exist in Dead Reckoning. They just kicked this movie off. Did it?
But
did it? Am I wrong?
It did because but I don't know if they called it the entity. I thought it was just like a rogue like AI. I can't remember, dude.
Right.
I just know in this Gabriel, such a cartoony ass villain.
Oh my god,
so real. He's such a dude. Remember, in the movie, early in the movie, he puts his hand to get the scanner and it doesn't read it, and he says boom, and he looks away like that,
he's constantly doing like cartoon character bullshit. But
and
like
it's just like and I'm like it kills me because I'm like, bro, like what this is so dramatic, like just like what are you in a freaking boy band?
like and then like, every time
ass character,
every time he pops up on screen in the first half of the movie, they do this like awkward Dutch angle with like the like one beam of light going across his eyes to make him look ominous.
Yeah,
and I'm just like nothing about this man looks ominous to me.
Dude, he looks like he looks like an insurance commercial villain. That's what he looks like, dude. Like,
period, dude.
Like he looks like, he's about to say something wacky, but like I can't take this guy seriously, dude. I'm not gonna lie. He doesn't feel intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
He's so cartoony. Even in the last moments of this film, he's super, super corny. Which I don't know. There's a plane sequence near the end of the film.
Yeah.
Did the audio cut out for you? Or was that just me?
We had some weird stuff in our movie too. It wasn't necessarily audio, but we were having like on-screen glitches and shit with ours. Like they're like on the low, like the bottom eighth of the screen, we'd have these like random like QR code looking bar things that would like randomly flash up and then disappear. And I was like, whoa, what the fuck?
What the heck? Dude,
no.
There's a whole section of that last, like that plane section where it cut to dead silence. Like I could hear like people 2 rows behind me like breathe. Like you just cut to dead silence. I was like, is this part of the
wild? That is weird. Yeah, no.
And then it cut back in. Like the only thing I heard while that was happening, I was hearing the thunder outside because it was raining.
Oh, okay.
Dude, that's how silent. How silent it was.
I kind of wish we did have that because honestly, that plane sequence, and just for people to understand, this plane sequence is like pretty much the third act. And it goes
like
on
10 minutes. It was like 10 minutes straight of plane action.
Dude, it's almost 15, dude. It's so long. It is so long. And it's supposed to be this like crazy climactic thing. And like they do such a weird job of trying to send this home as like, this is the final movie of the franchise. Everything's led to this. This is what we're going into. And they like do this whole montage thing at the beginning of the movie, or they're showing flashes from every single movie from all the cool parts of the Mission Impossible franchise. And that is the ending they gave us?
Yeah. And,
like, what the
trailers,
fuck?
And to speak on, what you were saying about, in the beginning, they're giving these flashbacks, these montages. The way they set these up in the trailers, because we watch movies all year, and that they had the Final Reckoning like preview like all the time,
right? All the time, yes.
They made it seem like those past movies were gonna like really matter, and it only really matters in one aspect, and it was so random that I was like, what, what,
Yeah.
like that's the take that's what you're taking back from this, like what this is what we get. And even in the summary, I just read it, in the summary that we put in the notes, like this is the ghost of Ethan's past. Like,
This
bro,
is
what?
it. This is it. Like the dude, and I think
okay. Well, they alluded to a theft of another in one of the other movies. I think that's what they meant by that. But at the same time, there's another connection
because there's this
to his
whole
past.
thing about the rabbit foot and Mission Impossible 3 or fucking
Yeah,
whatever.
dude. It was
and just
like I'm like, bro, like I don't know what this is, man. I was like, I don't know what it's the editing or something. It's like the cutting back and forth, and they're showing the action, like they're like they set up the plan, but then they're showing that person like act out that plan, and then they redo they actually do it.
Right.
And I'm like, I don't know.
Not even just that, DJ. Like the writing in this movie just tries so hard. Like it tries so hard to make this like some crazy, ridiculous finale to like this crazy franchise that's been around for 3 decades, and they try really hard to make us feel like we should be committed to this, and it doesn't serve audiences that have never really been that committed to Mission Impossible. It also hardly serves those of us that have been watching the Mission Impossible franchise for a long time. Nobody is going to understand the importance of the whole thing with Luther in this movie unless they've been committed to Mission Impossible since the first movie.
If you watch all the 7 movies prior.
There's no way for them to fucking give a fuck about that. So they try to like make it seem like you should give a fuck about this because everything's led to this, right? And they just keep saying this is the sum of everything we've done, right? And then like they don't have like anything about the other movies aside from like characters we've had from like prior films. But a majority of all of those cameos,
or a flashback.
Right, because they can't get all the original actors, right? A majority of the cameos we got in this film were from the last like 2 movies. So it's like I don't understand what they were trying to commit to and trying to fan service this, because there's not really any fan service in it. They're just telling us there's fan service when it doesn't actually exist. And the bummer part, DJ, with that is that there is some cool shit in this movie. Like, the submarine sequence is so sick. Oh my god, it's so sick.
But like, what led up to that was pretty corny, dude.
I know,
I'm not gonna lie,
dude.
It was really like,
dude.
Like everything before that. Okay. So like, let's say treadmill scene onward, good.
Yeah.
Great.
Yep.
Everything before then, oh my god, that was so like these fucking Navy SEALs in this fucking submarine just fucking flexing their muscles, arms crossed over their chest, just looking at Ethan Hunt like, who's this little shrimp? Like,
like don't get up. You know what I mean? Like,
bro, like who, like this is. I feel like, you know what this feels like to me. This feels like a video game, like a narrative video game, but the narrative is not good.
Yeah.
It feels like a video game. The way Ethan's getting checkpoint to checkpoint, and then he's stuck in this like corny ass cutscene. Like,
yeah, dude, like that.
That's what it feels like. And this corny dialogue. Like, we're here to save the world. You know what I'm saying? Dude. I think the writing's the worst part of this. Yeah. I think the writing is the writing dialogue really bad. Like, not really bad, but it's the weakest part. I'll say that. It's the weakest part because
it's not it's not atrocious, but it's
not atrocious, but
cliche spy movie bullshit, right?
But it's so cliche, and I think this is like, if you transcribe, if you got the script and like you just posted it online, I think it's like a boomer's worst nightmare.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, like the way they speak about the entities like AI and you have a choice and it's taking over the world and
Right? Oh my
it's
god,
it,
dude.
I'm like they're speaking about this freaking entity thing like it's like the devil,
Dude,
which I mean
there's a scene where a character literally says, "You spend too much time on your phone." Literally says
yeah.
it verbatim,
No,
brother. Like,
Ethan says you spend too much time on the internet as he's
yes,
kicking this guy's ass.
yeah. Oh my
He said yes, the treadmill
god,
scene, the
man.
treadmill scene. He said
Oh
that.
my god,
And
dude.
I'm like, "Oh my god, who is this like when I said the movie theater was semi-packed, I'm telling you the people in that movie theater 50 and up, bro. 50 plus.
Yeah,
I'd say
yeah,
even 55 plus.
yeah,
So I'm like, because I literally sat next to an old couple,
yeah.
and I'm sitting there thinking like this might be like their worst nightmare. Like this is a horror movie for them.
Oh no, dude,
Or
they're
I don't know
eating
if
it up, bro. They're
I
eating
don't
it
know
up,
if
dude.
even they comprehend like this. This is just corny. Like I'm like they speak about this entity like it's the literal devil. Like
Yeah.
when conservative like Christians or like
Hmm.
like really like Jesus people talk about like the like Lucifer, like how he's like
Yeah,
fucking the worst thing.
Y2K. Yeah, yeah.
Or like yeah. It's like he's tempting you at every turn. He's in your fucking wall. Like I'm like, bro, what? It's just an
Yeah.
AI.
Yeah, dude.
It's just an AI, and I'm
And
like, I
that
can't believe in that.
that's like ultimately like my biggest problem in this is it's just like there's a lot of really cool concepts, a lot of cool things like on paper and like cool things that they do actually do in the movie, like we mentioned, we used the submarine scene as an example, the whole like conversation of him in that like chamber where he's like talking to the entity kind of,
Yeah,
like that was really
that was
cool.
kind of cool.
But it's like all the cool shit is sort of like littered in like to one or two things in each act, and it's like getting to and from each of those is just such a slog throughout the course of the whole fucking movie. It's just like a slog of just bad dialogue and like things not actually happening, and the exposition is terrible, and just like there's just so much fluff in this movie to like bolster it and like try to make it seem like it's just like this really cool thing when it's not. Like we got Tom Cruise running twice in this movie. What the fuck happened? You know what I mean? Like he ran like eight times the last movie. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, and I wouldn't have a problem with less running. It's just like how many times was a timer on screen, or how many times was time mentioned like throughout the freaking movie?
yeah.
Like it's always in the nick of time. Always in the nick of time. Conveniently, we're always just like right there. We're just like point.
Timing's the secret.
Yeah, like like remember he's on the Osprey and he's like, "Can you give me 5 minutes?" And the pilot's like,
give you one.
"I can give you one." Like, well, all right, bro. And then he does this like, but he does like this cool freaking run into like
That was
dive.
dope. That was dope. That was super sick.
That looked like a cutscene though.
Yeah.
It looked like a cutscene transition in the gameplay.
Yeah.
Like that's what it feels like.
The fake
That's what it
loading
feels
screen.
like.
Yeah, dude. It was. That part was dope.
Yeah.
But then they have like the Navy SEAL thing happen, and then he's like, "Oh, it's about time, right?" And they pull out a taser in the ocean.
Yeah, I was like, what? Like they could have just like, I don't know.
Like,
I don't know.
You know, like here, you know, like here's your air tank or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like there, like there's things in this movie that just don't even make any fucking sense. Like when you really actually like think about it, right? And trust me, DJ, like you and I have no problem suspending some fucking disbelief, dude. Devin does.
Yes.
He has a lot of fucking problems with that. But like, when you have to suspend so much disbelief that you have to blatantly ignore things that don't make sense, not for the sake of like cool action shit, but for the sake of like just getting through the story, it's not fun anymore.
Yeah, and dude, you're right. It's just so much of that. It's so much of like, hey, please, just like bear with us, guys, bear with us. And I'm like, bro, this is getting tiring. And even there's like, I feel like there's some parts in this film that are like pretty good, and it like it makes you think, oh, the narrative could go one way, like, oh, this it might get interesting, it might go this. Like, remember he's like, give me your service pistol, gunnery sergeant.
Yeah, what the fuck was
And
that
I was
about?
like, whoa! I was like, whoa! What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Like, I was like, this smells like a little Benedict Arnold.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
This smells like betrayal. And then the way and then they don't talk about it for like the next like 30 minutes, and then it comes back up in like the worst way. It comes back up in the worst way, and I was like, this is so unsatisfying.
And like one of the most unsatisfying character things that like you can do in a movie. Like, I didn't fucking care about him. I didn't care about that fucking guy. What made you think that I cared about
the secret the agent too? Why did we care about him?
Like, why did we give a fuck about him?
All of a sudden he start up in the pole. I'm like, bro, what's going on?
That's actually a good point too, because along with this whole like entity thing that they're doing in this movie, they're also trying to like sort of as this like secret D plot, like carry along this thing of like, oh, there's some people that are like cultish for the entity, right? Like they're brainwashed by this AI thing,
like,
but they don't commit to that. They show like two of them.
Yeah, and it's like the worst type. It's like the children of fucking Adam or whatever the fuck, dude. Like, I'm like, and they showed this through like a broadcast on like a news thing, so no one else sees this person. No one thinks to apprehend these people.
Yeah.
Like, what do you
like?
Because they make no mention of it. They make no mention of it throughout the movie. They just with that one or two clips of that news broadcast is like, the entity will save all of us. Like, I'm like, what is
succumb to the entity? I would have liked it so much more if they had like this constant issue of like another person, another one, and they're constantly being barraged by these people who've been like brainwashed, right? Because they're constantly being found out to like be trying to stop this thing, and they just don't do that. They don't do anything like that with it.
You know what movie did that better? Kingsman. Remember Kingsman?
Yeah, they did,
with
dude.
The microchip
ending scene. Yeah, dude.
Thing. Yeah, the whole thing that made way more sense. That was way better. That would have
been so fucking cool in this movie, dude. And they could have done that, but they were like, "No, we're not Kingsman." You know what I mean? Like they tried.
Yeah, they do all these things to like get away from the entity, right? To not use like these communications, and like that's why they go down deep in the submarine, so they don't get detected. Right. But they like do other stuff that does get them detected, and the entity somehow is just unaware of like any of this
shit.
Unaware, like just like, oh, we just gotta let the entity in. Like, what?
Well,
like,
and they just like wipe it away by being like, oh, we're doing the one thing it wouldn't expect, and that's him getting another chance, right? What a fucking talk about MacGuffin, dude. Like, you're telling me it suddenly doesn't detect that Ethan Hunt is out there? Like,
yeah, you're saying this entity that's already taken like all of cyberspace and has already started like revolutions around the world and has seized nukes from every known superpower, just can't get a bead on Ethan Hunt.
It doesn't have control of radio signals. It can't tap into phones. It can't tap into cameras. It can't control your vehicle. Like, there's so many things for something so scary, DJ. Yeah. It can't do anything.
Yeah, so you tell me no one has a phone on them that gets tapped into. Nobody. You are you saying that?
It's like the most.
You know that one scene. That one scene where we're talking about, you know, he picked up the gun, right? That could have been oh, like the agent picks up his phone and then like he goes, and then he just starts, and then he starts like, oh my, I'm sorry, Mrs. President. Like,
right. That would have been so sick, dude. Like that would have been so fucking
nuts.
I know, but they don't do it, dude. They don't fucking do it, man. I wanna go back just very briefly to a couple funny moments that we had in theater, and both technically had to do with the villains. So there's our cartoon bad guy, right? Yeah. in this movie. Jesus
very
Christ.
Cartoonish.
Our cartoon evil villain. There's the airplane scene, and there's like when Ethan's climbing on the side of this airplane, and and our guy sees him, and he's like,
Yeah.
he has this look on his face.
Like just fucking. I'm like,
could not stop laughing. I was almost in fucking tears. And then there's that, and this has nothing to do with the merits of the movie at all. But there's the very, very final scene, and all I will say is that someone opens a box to look at something within a box, right? At the very end of the movie, okay? Someone opens this little thing and is like looking at it. And when in our theater, when he opened the box, someone's cell phone started ringing, and it was like a country song ringtone. So it looked like when he opened the box, that country music started playing. And Marilyn was fucking crying in her seat, dude. It was so fucking funny, man.
No way,
Okay, so let's talk about we've talked about our grievances of this film. I really, really, really want to put some respect on how much effort they put into the best scene of this movie, and honestly, I think one of the best scenes they've done in the Mission Impossible franchise, this submarine scene. Because this submarine sequence is so thoroughly impressive in its craft and like how they handle it, because it is almost dead quiet the entire time, and we have Tom Cruise, who has to be climbing over things, and he's like navigating his way through this like submarine thing. And they've set up multiple different stages to be different sections of the submarine. And there's cameras placed in different angles and stuff to give us different sort of awkward underwater shots and stuff. And while this is happening, the submarine is actively spinning, right? And the cameras are like planted in place to give us the visual of this spinning action of the submarine. I was like enthralled by this scene of the movie, like this entire sequence, because I was just like, this is insane. Like I don't understand why they didn't put that much effort into the rest of the movie. Like it's flabbergasting to me that like this sequence is top tier Mission Impossible, right? It is
feels so much tension too, dude. So much tension. With I don't think it has good payoff.
No, it doesn't, dude. And that's the bummer part, because like we get this whole conversation about like if this goes sideways, you will die. Right? It like if you do not do this exact way, you are risking your life down to the millisecond, right? Again, time. And then everything goes sideways. And he doesn't die? Like none of this
somehow
goes.
He gets out of there, and then there's this whole sequence where I thought, I'm like, okay, this is the part where like he the thing about the twist with the tube, I thought this was it. This is like he gets captured by the entity, and it's making him think like he survived or whatever the fuck, right?
Yeah.
You know, I thought that was it, but then it was just like, oh, he just made it.
Yeah,
that's it.
He just got out. You know what I mean? Like, he just escaped. And
what you're saying about like everyone, like he needs to get the coordinates, he needs to be there, and he needs to be in this little thing at this time, and they do that like for everything in this film. And I think that's like that the way they set that up, it's like it has to be by the middle, like it's impossible task after impossible task after impossible task.
Okay, let me hit you with this, DJ. So this entire premise of that, right, skirts over the entire movie. It covers the entire movie. The entire movie is this bombacious plan that Ethan Hunt has formulated and says this needs to be done at this exact place at this exact time, and that's how it needs to be done. If you don't do it, things will be bad, right? And we have this whole overarching thing. In the prior Mission Impossible movies, those things do happen multiple different times. They just don't tell us. I don't know why the fuck they thought it was a good idea to tell us everything, all of it. Tell us the whole fucking plan. Because one of the like coolest parts about Mission Impossible was when they have this like whole thing and we're like, oh fuck, everything's going sideways. The whole plan's screwed up, right? Everything, like they could possibly fucking die. At the end of the movie, you find out that was Ethan's plan the whole time. He figured it out, right? And bravo, right? That's so like, impressive,
bravo,
dude.
Bravo, this guy's a genius. He's a genius.
They didn't do that in this.
Does it again.
They just gave it to all of us, dude. Like,
they just gave us the plan, and they're like, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. I'm like, well, okay. And then like the plan goes sideways, but you realize there's like an hour and 30 left in the film. There's no way, so he has to make it out, right? Like, dude. Oh well, there's still an hour left. Like he does it again. There's still an hour left. Oh, there's 30 minutes. He might not make it from this one.
Yeah.
And then there's the plane sequence, and you're like, wait, like, that's our big send off. That is the most impossible task. Is that what you're saying?
That is the end of Mission Impossible.
The most impossible task. That is the most. This is. So we've decided that this is Mission Impossible. This is the most missionist impossiblest task you've ever done.
Right?
Seriously?
Right?
Seriously.
Everything has come to this. This is what it's come to. Is
this is what we got?
Like, dude,
like this is the magnum opus. This is the final reckoning.
We're talking about the movies that have like an entire Italian heist. They break into safes, they break into databases. They're like they're capturing a bad guy when he thinks he captured them. Like this is like high big brain level thinking bullshit, and this is what they gave us to end the franchise, dude. It's not that this movie is bad. It's that it's not a good finale. Like this is like this is worse than the Game of Thrones finale.
It's not bad. It's disappointing, dude. It's genuinely disappointing.
Yeah, this could have been so cool.
You know, I didn't even like. I was semi hyped for this film because it was either this or Lilo and Stitch. I'm like, you know what? I wouldn't be mad if we went to go see Mission Impossible.
Yeah,
right. Let's send off the series. And the way, like, the media tour that Tom Cruise has been on about, like, this is our final hoorah, this is, I'm getting old and stuff like that. And wanted to, and I'm like, okay, maybe this might be like the biggest bang they ever done. And it just feels so anticlimactic. It feels so like shoehorned in.
Yeah. Like
too convenient.
It kind of feels like Tom's like, I just want to get this fucking over with. You know what I mean?
Like, he's like, I got better movies. Like, I don't want.
Like I'm doing the next Top Gun. But
he loves these films. Like he's even like going to see premieres of it.
You'd
with
think
like, the audience.
This is like his baby, dude. Like you'd think that he'd like own it a little bit more.
He has so much say in these movies.
Yeah, man.
He does his own stunts. Like he wouldn't lay his life on the line for all these movies if he didn't like the films.
Yeah.
So I just wonder where did they go? Like where did they split? Like what happened on set? Like what's going on? Because man, was that so disappointing. I was like, wow, like I was like, is there another hour left in this? Is there like a Zack Snyder cut? Like, is there a Tom Cruise cut of this film?
the Cruise edition.
Like, is there a Cruise edition of this film or something? Like, I feel like there's just like, I feel empty, dude, watching that film. And also, it's dizzying. That movie's dizzying at some points. Like with
there's
the way
a lot of whiplash
cut
in this fucking
a lot
movie,
of cutting and like back and forth, and they broke the 180 rule like a lot. Like they broke the 180 rule a lot.
And dude, like I was like,
especially
where is everybody in this room right now?
Yeah, like what are we talking about? Like where you know what I'm saying? Like what's going on? Like the choice of cinematography. Like I think it's just because like. This movie feels confined.
Yeah.
It feels claustrophobic.
Yeah. Like really tight.
I feel like these aren't filmed on like realized sets.
Mm-hmm.
These are filmed on like in like one studio and they just swap out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It feels B movie-ish. B-rated movie-ish. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
for 300 to 400 million dollar budget of a movie, it low-key feels amateur at times. Like, it, you know,
Yeah.
I can't. You feel that way too?
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know if I would necessarily take it as far as like B movie, but like it definitely doesn't feel like the 300 to 400 million dollar budget was
Yeah.
earned in this. Like you
the
can
creator
definitely tell.
felt more believable in some areas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like you can definitely tell like the budget really went to like things being destroyed and like CGI shit. Like period.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't like
Yeah.
make the whole submarine thing happen in real life. You know, like that's
Right. And that goes into now I have a realized point because you know this movie just gives me a headache. They get to here and here and here, and they never show how we get here.
Yes, that's
Like,
what I was
we're in
saying
London.
earlier. Where it's like there's so much fluff. There's just so much shit that happens between it.
We're in London. Now we're in prison.
Uh-huh.
Now we're in South Africa. Like
Yeah.
just back to back to back to back. Like we're just everywhere. And the when I felt that the most, one of the scenes where I felt that the most was in the beginning. They went to the prison and they got two characters, and I'm like, this doesn't even feel like a real prison. Like, what's going on?
Yeah,
Like, this is one hallway.
This feels like a hallway.
One
in a
hallway.
detention center. Like
Yeah, yeah. This feels like a hallway at like a county jail.
yeah,
But even then, it feels like the doors don't go anywhere in that whole place.
right.
You
It's
know,
like the box
that's what it
within the
feels like.
box, right? Yeah,
Yes, that's what it feels like. I'm like this is a AAA like movie. Like this is, you know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
we could have had a little bit more. You know what I mean? Just like a little bit more. Like maybe show the outside, how they got in. Because that's what they did with the what's that movie when they went into the Kremlin and shit and they blew that up.
Oh yeah, Rogue Nation. I want to say.
Yeah, Rogue Nation probably.
It might have been. It might have been the one before that, but yeah, no, the Kremlin scene and like Tom Cruise has to run away.
Yeah, like
and,
he's
you know what
going
I mean?
in and you see him like infiltrate with Benji, and you know,
God,
and then
that
there's
part
like
was so sick, dude.
yes. I feel like this movie's lacking any type because it's following up with the part one, which we already did all that stuff for, and then now it's just set piece,
Yeah.
over and over and over again. Set piece, here are the stakes. Set piece, here are the stakes. The stakes again. The stakes are higher. Stakes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and
right.
It's exhausting. It feels exhausting. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
man. I know, dude.
I don't know if I like this.
I know, man. That's a bummer. DJ, let's tie it off, man. What are we?
Yeah.
What are we thinking, man? Should people see this right away? And what's your score? I guess.
I don't think so, man. I don't think so.
Yeah.
You can wait like at the end of the month. It'll be on like Prime Video.
Sure.
Yeah. So watch on Prime Video if you're really into the Mission Impossible series. I think you could just wait. I don't think you should see it right away. Don't waste money going to see it in like big IMAX either. I don't think it will help.
Yeah.
Honestly, dude, I'm not even feeling generous today. I feel like this is a 4.5, 4.5. This is a 4.5 out of 10.
Okay. Yeah, man. I don't think that the theater serve it like the theater experience serves this movie at all. You don't need to see it right away.
You'd rather just binge watch like all 8 movies at once they all come to streaming.
just wait for this to be out. Watch it at fucking home, dude. Like there's like hardly any like big screen showings anyways, which is fucking crazy because like there's this whole like scene with Tom Cruise like before the movie starts of him being like, thank you
Like,
for
this is the
seeing this in
watching
theaters
it
the way that it was meant to be seen. You know, it's like you say that, but like nothing in this movie really happens to justify seeing it in theaters. It just doesn't utilize itself in that way while also taking itself entirely too fucking seriously, with nothing to get from it. So yeah, I don't think people need to see this in theaters right away at all. I'm feeling a little bit more generous than you, just because like I do really like the cool things that they did do in this, because there is a couple. But most of my grief with this is that there's just not enough of it. Like going back and watching Rogue Nation and Ghost Protocol and seeing like the level of just absolute aura those movies fucking have, it pales in comparison to those films. But a couple of things were pretty cool, and I think that is worthy of at least, I'd say, a 5 out of 10.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a 5 out of 10 for me. Well, we round up here, so I suppose it'll be a 5 out of 10 from us here at Good Kraken.
I'm down for that. I was gonna give it a 5 out of 10 anyway, but I was like, I can't. I don't.
Yeah, no, that's fair, dude. I get it. Like this movie is definitely not for everybody. Yeah, I don't even know who it's for, to be honest. It's for boomers. It's for boomers that have been watching for 30 years. It's for boomers.
Do something, man. I don't know, because I felt bad walking out the film. Like, am I just being like too harsh right now? Am I being nitpicky?
No,
because like I hate to be one of those like, letterbox like snobs, like,
right.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
but it genuinely doesn't make any sense. Like it really does not. Can't even and like you said earlier, like Ernell and I are masters at suspending disbelief. Like we can rock with you.
I'm here for the ride.
As long as you make it, you know what I'm saying, somewhat believable. Like we're there with you.
Well, make it worth fucking something. You know what I mean? Like Fast and Furious makes it worth it, because they're like, oh yeah, like the bad guys in space, let's go to fucking space. You know what I'm saying? Like that's fucking sweet to me, dude. Like I love that shit, because like, yeah, it doesn't make any fucking sense, but like at least they're gonna have a dope fucking thing that happens in fucking space. You know what I mean? Like, no, they don't do anything like that in this fucking movie. There's no dope shit around the corner there, brother. Just corny dialogue. Further and further down the rabbit hole you go, it gets cornier and cornier. Yeah, man.
Yeah, but we'll hope you go to space for us, because this has been 20,000 Films Under the Sea, your choice for all the nerdy pop media news, reviews, and discussions you want each and every week. If you want some behind-the-scenes action, you can head on over to our Patreon at patreon.com/goodkrakenpods, where you can get exclusive content, discounts on merchandise, and have early access to episodes where before they go live on a podcast and video service, wherever you like to watch or listen. Don't forget the GK community on our Discord channel by clicking the link down in our description section below, hitting follow and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, then subscribing to our podcast channel by searching 20,000 Films Under the Sea and leaving a review there. We have to get going, everyone, but until next time.
I just need you to trust me. One last time.
That
part went fucking hard. Yeah, that part went fucking hard.
That one hard. I'm not gonna lie.